Hello! Welcome to Smart Skeleton Channel. Here we testing human limits.
What happens to your mind and body if you have zero human contact for 30 days? No friends, no family, no strangers. We covered 10 major changes to brain, mood, sleep, immunity, creativity, time, language, identity, body, and the final verdict. Feature: within 1 hour of isolation, your brain triggers a social alarm. It registers the absence of people the same way it registers physical pain. Cortisol for your stress hormone by your spikes on day 1. Your brain reads isolation as danger. Heart rate rises. Fascinatingly, your brain starts hallucinating social cues. You hear your name called. You sense someone behind you. The brain fills the social void with invented signals. Verdict: your brain treats isolation as an emergency from hour 1. The social alarm activates immediately. Social interactions naturally boost serotonin. Remove all contact, and serotonin begins dropping within days. Without social perspective, small problems feel enormous. A broken cup becomes a crisis. Your brain loses the emotional calibration it gets from other people's reactions. Studies show many people in isolation cry without knowing why after just 1 week. The emotional regulation system becomes overwhelmed without social input to stabilize it. Verdict: mood deteriorates significantly within the first week for most people. Anxiety and emotional instability are documented and consistent. This is TRUE. Your circadian rhythm depends on social cues. Meal times with others, shared routines, conversations. People in isolation studies start sleeping at random hours, sometimes shifting 6 hours forward over 2 weeks. The body clock loses its anchors and floats freely. Isolated people often sleep more DAC, but quality drops dramatically. Deep, restorative sleep decreases. Verdict: sleep quantity may increase, but quality drops. Circadian rhythm drifts without social anchors. Research from UCLA shows loneliness activates inflammatory genes within days. Your immune system shifts into threat mode ROD, as if expecting an attack that never comes. Paradoxically, while inflammation increases, actual viral immunity weakens. Isolated people catch colds more easily after returning. Studies compare long-term loneliness to smoking 15 cigarettes daily for health impact. 30 days of isolation creates measurable biological changes in immunity markers. Verdict: your immune system genuinely changes during 30 days of isolation. Inflammation rises, viral defense weakens. This is TRUE-BA and measurable in blood tests. Here is a surprise bat. Concentration often improves dramatically in the first few days. But by week 2, the brain starts wandering uncontrollably. Without social input, the mind-wandering network goes into overdrive. Focus collapses into endless daydreaming. Many isolated people report intense creative bursts, vivid ideas, unusual connections. But creativity becomes erratic. Verdict: short-term focus improves, long-term it collapses. Creativity spikes but becomes uncontrollable. Partially true. Isolation is a double-edged cognitive sword. Time perception becomes completely distorted in isolation. Days feel simultaneously like hours and like weeks. Every human interaction creates a timestamp in your memory. Remove all interactions and memory stops making clear time markers. Days blur into one shapeless experience. In 1962, Michel Siffre lived alone underground for 2 months. He thought only 34 days had passed. Social contact is literally how humans track real time. Verdict: time perception distortion in isolation is documented scientific fact. Your brain needs social events to measure time accurately. This is completely TRU. By day 3, most people begin talking to themselves Karen out loud. This is not madness. It is the brain maintaining its language systems through self-directed speech. Without conversations, vocabulary actively shrinks. Studies show isolated people use simpler words. Language skills genuinely degrade. Many isolated people name objects, talk to plants, create imaginary companions. The social brain refuses to stay silent. It finds connection targets anywhere it possibly can. Verdict: language and speech change measurably in 30 days of isolation. Vocabulary shrinks, self-talk increases. We understand ourselves through other people's reactions to us. Without that mirror, self-perception becomes unstable. People in isolation question who they really are. Interestingly, some people report a strange liberation. Without roles, employee, parent, friend, they feel free to simply exist. By week 3, the boundary between self and imagination blurs. Inner voices become louder. Verdict: identity genuinely destabilizes without social mirroring. The effect varies widely by personality. Honest. Physical activity drops dramatically in isolation. Social comparison, gym partners, walking to meet people all gone. Most isolated people become sedentary within days. Eating patterns become chaotic in isolation. Without social meal times as anchors, people eat at random hours, often too little or too much. Nutrition quality typically drops. Surprisingly, some isolated people report lower blood pressure and reduced chronic pain. Without social stress, the verdict. The body shows contradictory changes. Activity drops, nutrition suffers, but stress systems calm down. Day 30 Gar, you return to people, and it is overwhelming. Noise, faces, conversations feel intense and almost aggressive.
The good news, Beck, most people fully recover with as 1 to 2 weeks of social reintegration. The brain is remarkably adaptable.
Start your morning exercise journey today. Subscribe for more health science. See you next time.